Hi there and welcome to another episode of Andy Robinson RC, and cheers for checking out the channel today. And on this episode we have a gorgeous, well, it's actually really ugly, but I think it's gorgeous. This Ace Tamiya from 1987, and it is the Sonic Fighter, which is kit 58071. So it's one of the first 100. Obviously, you can see that for the fact that it's a Sonic Fighter on the box. But yeah, I picked this up recently. Now, I did hint I had this on Instagram, I think, and also, I think I gave everyone a bit of a glimpse for it in the McLaren Senna unboxing video. Anyway, we're going to have a proper look at it today. So yeah, so as you can see, the box is it's in pretty good condition, really. It's survived quite well, so it's got its box, which is good. And here's the buggy. So, yeah, so here is my striker, which a lot of you may have already seen on the channel. So I've got both now, which I'm rather pleased about. Anyway, there it is. This is the Sonic Fighter, which I'm really pleased to get this. Now, I have had one before. I even raced it as well. Must have been mad. In fact, little story, I was racing it at South Lakes Model Car Club in the vintage heat one day. And yeah, I mean, these are pretty fragile cars, so I was probably asking for it. And I was inside and my front wheel caught the guttering on the infield. Down the straight, it was going pretty quick. And yeah, I just tore everything off it. Oh dear, it was proper wrecked. But saying that though, I did manage to find a donor car and bring it back together. It was nowhere near as nice as this, but it was still good, you know. I managed to get another chassis for it, put it back together, and I did a few more races at Blackpool File Club as well. But yeah, generally, yeah, probably not the best idea to go out and race it. It is a fragile car, but you know, you only live once, don't you? Anyway, enough of that. So here it is, beautiful Sonic Fighter. I mean, you know, they're probably not Tamiya's prettiest buggies, but they're quirky. There's something about them, and I just love them. They're of a certain period in time, and I just think they're fantastic. So I'm very pleased I've got both of them here, the Striker and the Sonic Fighter. Right, so anyway, this came to me off of an eBay sale, and it was pictured with the box and the car, and it had no decals on it whatsoever, and it looked totally like it not been used. And I thought, oh, that'd be worth bidding on because it started at nothing. Anyway, so I mean, I did make a cheeky offer originally and said, would you take 120 for it? And I did expect to be knocked back for that. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, I thought, well, I'll still bid on it and we'll see where we go. Now, bidding ended at about £185, I think, thereabouts. And anyway, so I won the auction, and I was very pleased because I did want one of these. So yeah, very pleased. And the guy got it sent out to me really quick, and it arrived in a few days. Arrived really well, no damage, brilliant. Anyway, so I started going through it and looking at it, and I thought, oh, what's that mark on it? Now, the camera from where it is probably won't pick this up, but underneath, on all the black parts, so here and the battery door and the chassis, there's a fine mist of silver spray on it. Now, it's probably not really noticeable from there, but if you hold it up to one that's got no black spray on it, no spray paint on it, then you can tell a difference. And also as well, again, is it on this side? Yeah, tucked away sort of down here and on here on the gearbox housings, there's silver spray on the gearbox as well, and tiny bits of silver flecks on the rear wheels, and also on, not on this side, on the wing, which is barely noticeable on the wing. But anyway, I was under the impression when I bought it that this had been built, either not been used very much or not used at all, and had been just put away. I didn't mention any of this overspray on the listing, so I went back and double checked, make sure I hadn't missed anything, and I thought, right, well, you know, I was under the impression it was pretty much mint, this thing. So anyway, I messaged the seller and said, excuse me, I bought this car off you, arrived really quickly, very pleased on that. But in your description, you didn't mention there was a load of silver overspray on the car. I can see it now. It's on the trailing arms as well, and on the and I said, look, no, it wasn't mentioned on the listing. Now, there's obviously some serious collectors out there, and if you don't put things like that on your listing, and someone buys it, you know, they're not going to be very happy. They think they're buying a mint car. Anyway. So the chap, all fair credit to him, he was really apologetic. He said he didn't realise this used to be his son's car, and they're doing a house clear and house move, and he'd listed it for sale. So he hadn't realised it was all the overspray on it, and he said, well, did you not? If you don't want the car, I can happily refund you. So I said, well, look, I do want the car, because I really like it. Now, aside from that overspray, there's no damage to this whatsoever. There's no running marks, nothing. So, on the whole, it's a really good example of a Sonic Fighter. It's just got some overspray paint on it. I can see that his lad, at some point, he's built the car up perfectly well, absolutely fine. And then I think what he's done is, instead of spraying the parts separately before building the kit, he's tried to sort of spray it and while it's all built up. Unfortunately, that's led to spray getting on the gearbox and the trailing arm, wing, rear wheels underneath. And it's just, you know, it's probably one of those, you know, if you had it as a young kid or, you know, a young teenager at the time, then, you know, being eager and wanting to get out there and play with it or whatever, it probably gets the better of you sometimes at that age. So I can see why it's happened. So anyway, sorted a deal out, and he said, well, what's it all going to cost to replace the parts? And I said, well, to be honest, if you try and find all the parts individually, it's going to cost a bomb. You know, I said, you probably end up giving me more, pretty much all the money back by the time I've, you know, hunted the parts out. So I said, tell you what, I don't want to feel like you're being ripped off. I still like the car very much. Tell you what, just knock me off £65 off it, and I'll be happy with paying about the 120 quid, which is what I initially bid him, actually, as a cheeky offer. But you know, having now it come with as it did, I think that was fair. I was happy with that. He was happy with that. So there you go. So I've got this rather nice looking Sonic Fighter with a bit of overspray. Now I may look for the parts and get them and put them in the box so they're there. But having said that, these buggies are only original, or these cars, whichever, they're only original ones. Now this is as it's been built back then, in the you know, mid to late 80s, 87 onwards. When this was bought, it was built and it hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is the fact that I put the decals onto it. Now, I used the original decals and I did put a few of the blockhead motor decals on as well, down there. And there are a few of the original decals slightly out of place. Just wanted to put my little bit of a touch on it. But other than that, it is original. It's got all its original radio gearing. It's as it was. So, in a way, it'd kind of ruin it, I think, because it's only original once, and you're taking that away from the buggy. And it is really, I'm not honest, buggy. It was built by someone who was really enthusiastic at the time, wanted to get it done, and there it is. So it's got an honest quality about it. Now, I did actually retouch up the driver figure, and the cockpit painted black inside. It just had red arms basically and a red helmet. So I finished that off and painted it black inside. Did that as well before I put all the decals on, because wanted the decals putting on right. Let's go on there. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to lift this up and you can see inside. There you go. It's running all its original radio gear. No handset unfortunately came with it, but it's got its original Futaba servos in there and receiver, mechanical speed control. So it's all original. So it's a really nice example still. I am very happy with it. So as I said, again, all I did with this, I just gave it a wipe over basically. It all, you know, it runs fine. Tried it out, no horrid noises or anything. Detailed the cockpit, put the stickers on, and that's what I've done with it really. And so it's and this one will be staying in the collection. So I won't be getting this one. It'll be going with my my Striker. You see now, if you've not seen the Striker before on the channel, I'll put some links in the description for that one. Also, as well, while we're looking at this, I say the box was in really good condition. Really pleased with that. And also, it did come with its forgot they were in there. It did come with its original manual, which is good, and the leftover decals, which I've just decided to throw all over the table, which was a smart move on my part. Well done. Professionalism, that's what it's all about. So yeah, oops. And also as well, third I know, it came with an original ACOMS quick charger for like, I think 6L batteries, and it's a GN 1200 QT 7.2 volt charger, I say ACOMS, and it's a fast or trickle charger. It even came from Howell's Model Shop in Oxford. So there you go, and it was £13.50 when this was bought. But there you go, so that's the charger for it as well. So yeah, on the whole, super pleased. Yeah, rather made up with that. So I thought I had to get it, wanted to show it, yeah. And I don't know when as such, but we will get it running. We'll give it a bit of a run, as I did with the Striker as well. I might not take it to the same place though. I took that on the BMX track that I use, and I gave it a bit of a gentle, well I say gentle, but it was a gentle run, but I still managed to get it caught up a bit and give it a bit of a scuff there, just there, otherwise it's still mint. Anyway, I think we'll get the camera over and we'll just give a walk around on the car. So, apologies for the bumpiness. But, oh, how cool is that? Now, if I can get close enough, there, you can see the overspray on the gearbox casing. And on the rear trailing arm there. So as I say, you know, I don't like to be a whinger, but, you know, I did think this was pretty much mint and it wasn't in the description. But I'd say fair credit to the guy. We sorted it all out and he was very, you know, nice about everything, and he, you know, and it was a good deal in the end. But anyway, very pleased. I've done it again. Apologies for the awful crash. I keep knocking my light off. But yeah, I'm going to bring this round. Yeah, oh, that is nice. Love it. And of course there we've got, in the back there, we've got the Striker. So a nice pair there, nice matching pair. Now, I don't have the Futaba FX10. Now maybe I should get one of them as well. We'll see. Anyway, hope you like checking this one out. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like and notification bell. And come find us on Facebook and Instagram under Andy Robinson RC. Right, look after yourselves, take care, and we'll see you soon.